Well, I think just the fact that there has been a peaceful change in government has gone a long way towards calming people's concerns. Judging by the fact that tourism has picked up and visitor arrivals through our airports has picked up to almost normal levels, is indicative of the fact that I think people are already beginning to forget about problems that were highlighted specifically by the airport closure towards the end of last year.
But it did have a real impact, didn't it? Overall numbers, tourist numbers were down, weren't they?
It wiped out the tourism industry for the month of December and January. And in fact, bookings on a quarter-by-quarter basis, first quarter this year against the same time last year, is still down almost 50%. So we're still suffering from it. But I think understanding of current situation is improved, sentiment is improving. But there's still a lot more work to be done.
But your government lost time, didn't it? Just as Thailand was in a state of flux, governments around the world were working, introducing stimulus packages.
I'd say we've caught up. We've been in charge now for barely 2 weeks, but we've already received cabinet approval for a very significant stimulus package ahead of many of our neighboring countries, and it's due to receive parliamentary approval beginning next week. So we should be able to disburse those funds as early as end March.
And where are they going? What's your focus?
Well, the focus is towards stimulating the short-term economy, which has meant that we want to put it into hands directly of the people so that the funds will come back into the economic system as rapidly as possible.
Because people are talking about 500,000 jobs being lost this year. Would you say that's accurate?
That's assuming that the stimulus package goes through and is somewhat effective. If the stimulus package was not concocted or proves to be ineffective, then unemployment levels could be higher than that.
It's interesting that you're starting with policies that make people feel richer, because that was exactly the kind of thing that you criticised Thaksin Shinawatra for when he was in government.
Yes, I think times have changed, and the nature of the policies themselves are somewhat different. Many of the populist measures that were introduced by Kun Thaksin were ones that increased the level of personal debt and household debt because they came in the form of borrowings. For us, none of the measures that were introduced through the supplementary budget announced last week in the form of debt creation on the part of the recipient. So from that perspective, there's no long-term negative impact on wealth. We're in a situation whereby our fiscal status is sound. We have had successive years of current account surpluses. Our international reserves are at record levels. So we have the capability of stepping in.
But you wouldn't underestimate the impact that the global downturn is having on Thailand, a country that's so dependent on exports.
We're a very open economy. When I was asked recently what my biggest fears were, I would say it's the international economy. We can keep the Thai engine going probably for the next couple of years. And I'm hoping that's enough time for our trading partners to recover and for the export sector also to recover to levels we've seen over the past couple of years. If the world economy fails to recover, then we, along with everybody else, will be in trouble. There's no doubt about it.